This is a discussion of the New York State election information, the information and details about election contributions and election expenditures. And it's up to date as of 2024. It's very easy to update this database. I've looked around for an organized way. It looks like New York City has something that is called the New York City version of Follow the Money. And you can even look at it, NYC Follow the Money, but it's this campaign finance board thing, but it only seems to work on New York City information. Looks like a lot of effort went into this, but it's only New York City. And this one, and then you have to keep doing all this stuff, select all, and so I thought it'd be better to put everything in one place. And it shows some of the bizarreness of the database. It's enormous. I don't know how New York State expects people to be able to search this thing, but if you take all the data and put it into a good search engine, then you can. And let's just do something very simple like date descending on their updated date. Look at these dates. There's some dates from 2047. Is anyone quality assuring this data? This looks bizarre. I mean, I can show the actual records, and it's from election year 2004, and it's for monetary contributions received from a corporation, and this is the address. We could look for more information about this, but we're not going to focus on all these bugs. It seems as if, 2000 Bruno for assembly. Is that Joe Bruno? I don't know. But it actually has names in here and addresses, and it talks about expenditures. It's all mixed together. Contributions and expenditures are all mixed together. So things like Eventbrite shows up in this thing because these campaigns are paying to services like Eventbrite and PayPal and Amazon. And it's not very clear, but it does break it up into categories. It doesn't look like anybody quality assures this data, but I hope someone's auditing it. Now, let's look at some examples. You can search on locations. Like, let's say you live on Rutland Road in Brooklyn, right? So I think you can even put Brooklyn, maybe not. Brooklyn, give feedback because we want feedback. I want to see if, it's only searching on certain fields. So we should make sure, and I should show the total count to make it easier for people to know. But if you go to the end, here's Rutland Road, and it shows about 70 pages worth, so 70 times 8, which these numbers are all adjustable, so let's try 70 pages, and let's put Brooklyn in here, see if it narrows it. It's about 70 pages, so somehow it knows Brooklyn is there. But you can also do it by zip code. That should help too, so people know their own zip code. 25, I think it was. And I wonder if that... So let me just think about that. Yes, I think that makes sense, right. So then it narrows it, right? So if we do this, 1, 1, 2... well, whatever it was, 5. I forget what it was. So it was 1, 1, 2, 2, 5, right? So now how many pages are there? It's got to be less. 39 pages. Okay. So if you know you live somewhere in that zip code, you can even just take it out and just put zip code, right? There. So now it's showing us how many pages are in that zip code. There's a lot in that zip code. Or remember, it's just searching for words, so if that word happens to show up in a street number, it's probably finding it there too. It's not specifically looking just for zip code. But the point is, this could be a tool to find a particular. So let's say we take a particular name. Look at this. These are all expenditures. Let's say we don't want expenditure. Let's say we want contributions. It looks like a lot of money is going to this 71 Sterling Street, so it must be some type of business, right? If you just want expenditures, then you would put this expenditure in, right? So now you're just getting expenditures. And look at that. I'm saying in that zip code, these are all businesses that are getting money from the campaigns. So let's say we want to see, I'm just randomly picking. Let me also do it by amount descending. That way we can see like $25,000 went from Eric Adams in 2010, committee to elect Eric Adams, to this Montgomery Street zip code, Montgomery Street address. And we could say, why, what is there? And it's always a little bit confusing to understand all these things, because the election data doesn't really help that much. Not now. There must be, that's strange. It's going to some street in Brooklyn. That's very strange. $25,000 went to that street in Brooklyn. Maybe this is a private home and somebody lives here and works for the campaign. It's very confusing. So, but this was 2011. The nice thing about this is all the New York State election data is in one place. So let's say we want to look at something more recent, $15,000, you can sort by amounts. There's also something called, not expended, but contribution, what is it? Okay, there's Cynthia, there's so there is contribution. So if we want to flip it and do this, contributions, now it should show us contributions. And there it goes. It just took a while because it's working pretty good, So $1,300 came in to re-elect somebody. Wow. Clarence. We'd have to look at the details. Some of these things are too big, and underneath the cover we should show more of this. P.O. Box. So here we go, $1,300 in 2004, and I would like to see this in some donor lookup thing, right? These are contributions with no name, 2004. So confusing. Can we find any recent? Oh, I'm doing it on this zip code. So if we get rid of the zip code and we do it, look at these. Stronger Neighborhoods PAC, $10 million. This is just Brannan Street, 4th floor. This is this is like California or something. Oh. Responsible New York, $5 million. What year? These are 2016, 2022. What do these even mean? $4 million. Look at New York State isn't even controlled by in-state processes. Ay, 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 ay. And I have a feeling if we look at this is not too long ago, 16, right? But let's do date descent. No, I did date. Date descending is more recent. And this is polluted with all this 2044. So somehow it's in the future. Isn't this crazy? We got dates. Updated. Look at this. How in the world are people supposed to make sense of this? Oh my goodness. This is actually in the data. Unbelievable. why in the world are we seeing, why are these in the future? Doesn't make any sense. Look at that, 2025. So some people are contributing into the future. There's some time machine here. Oh, finally we get some ones that actually match. Has no zip code. How can this contribution have no zip code? Is there any quality assurance whatsoever of these things? There's no real link to the government site that has all this data, right? I guess we have to look and see. New York, there's some site called Follow the Money, New York State Election Reporting. See, this is where it all comes from. It all comes from this election reporting site. But there's no way to search it, I don't think. See, look at this. This is just incomprehensible gobbledygook. So Board of Elections, there's a bulk download. I highly recommend everybody bulk download this, because who filed certification, get prepared, election, this is your vote matters, but all the details don't matter. Right? Okay. Electronic filing, campaign disclosures. Okay, so available search, list of filers, campaign finance candidates list, disclosures, bulk download. So that's where we weekly notices. This is independent expenditures. So it's a whole nother thing called independent expenditures, but that doesn't have bulk downloads. Expenditures search. Oh, because you can search expenditures and you can search campaign disclosure, contribution by recipient, and contribution by contributor by recipient. So let's just look in here. All right, candidate. So let's look back to here. And it's saying, let's just go back to the beginning and look for date descending. Friends of Will Barclay. We can see this is candidate name, I assume. Committee, maybe it's a committee. I don't know what the difference is. What's the difference between a candidate and a committee? And let's see, it has that. So let's see if it even, yeah, look at this. November 2nd, 2047. There it is. So somehow our friend, November 2nd, 2047. So it's clear as day, they somehow, this is the quality that we have here. Then you can go in here, and it's just not very friendly here. You kind of have to know what to look for in order to look for it. Authorized committee, there it is. So, unbelievable that Brisbane for office, all these things are wrong. This is just wrong. So somebody is messing up something here. So if you do here, yeah, it looks like I guessed right. It is a committee. There it is again. Oh no, is that the same? I don't even know if this is accurate. Total contributions, I don't even know what it's talking about. Total contributions, 1 million? Yeah, 1,000,016. It's saying you can download. Is this Will Barclay? Is that what no, Brisbane. So search. Oh, I guess I have to search. And then if I order it, there it is again. September 17th, somewhere in the year 20, September 17th. So this is all accurate. This is what they expect us to trust. And there it is, the contributor address. Let's see if we got the address. Yes, we did. So let's see if they have more information. So it does have the zip code and then United States. I don't know where they're getting that United States, because that's not in the data as far as I see, but maybe it is. Maybe United States. It says states. Yes, they're just filer type state, so they just assume it's the United States. Well, it is New York. Did we get New York? No, it doesn't say New York, but the state is probably New York. Yeah, so we'd have to look at, this is what they give us, but there's a lot more information that comes in the download. The point is that the amount is correct, and so what we can do is we're looking at this same database, but this database is not easily searchable, in my opinion. Like, just put Huntley. We're just going to search for some random search. Now what is the difference between, I guess that's searching this, and this one is searching something else. So if we put Huntley here, Ian Huntley, so let's search. And let's put contribution date. So there is a way to do this here. So, okay, so this is doing a very similar thing, Huntley, but it's kind of helping you as you do it. It's showing what it's finding. And then we can say date descending. Let's see if it matches. Yes, $25. It's giving the address of the people. 125, right? 125. No, it's 25. So let's see. Did we do date descending? Is it the same person? No. Wait a second. So date descending is probably not a good way because they're all registered at the exact same time on the same day. So we can't compare, but we can put this name in and see if that shows up. Yes, and then it shows up. Interesting that it's $25 and $25. And now let's put in here that same name. And let's search for that, and it's finding nothing because it's got all kinds of bugs in it. Search. Yes, and it's finding 400. Let's just see. Yeah, 400, and yeah, so it's finding the same thing and the same. So then what we can do is, I don't know if this other tool lets you do that, but now you can see this person, if they have a unique name and a unique address, you can look at their country, and this person is contributing a good amount. So it's date descending. Date descending kind of makes sense. You can see all the, let's see if they can do it here. Can we search by committee? It's all, you kind of have to move to a different spot probably. Let's try that. Duplicate and move to a different spot. Search. I do want to search. I want to search by contributor? No, office. How do you, candidate name, contributor type. Contributor type. How about home by recipient? I want to search by contributor, and let's put in that name and search and see if we get, and it is giving a total. Yeah, so it does. Oh, but it's showing people. I guess this person's in Seattle and in, that's interesting. And it's giving a total, which is useful, that 5,000, and you can download it. So this is actually okay. So what would be nice is if we could also link this and make it easily searchable. What I don't always see, there's multiple pages here. So if we go to the last page, we can see all the places where this person contributed. $6. Is that true? Let's see. Oh yeah, because he's contributing $6.25. So let's just see if that's, Yeah, that's being rounded probably to $6 because, yes, so that makes sense. And yeah, you can't do that. And what it's saying, what it's saying is that this is a way to search it, and that's probably what people are doing. But what we'd like to do is there's totals here, but wouldn't it be nice to see contributions by zip code, right? So can you map the zip codes all on a map, right? It looks like this thing does some of that. We're going to pause here, but we'd like to show that this tool allows a little more flexibility all in one place instead of having to move all over the place and search here and search there. And are you even allowed to search by address? Here, contributor name. Yeah, see, you can only search by contributor name. It doesn't appear that you can search by their address, which, wouldn't that be nice to know all the contributions on a particular street? Right, so you kind of have to come here. I guess maybe if you clear this and then you put, oh, now you get nothing. So yeah, it doesn't appear as if you can search by address. But over here you can search by many things, and if you want to search by other things, let us know. So if you want to look at some street, let's say Bergen, let's just do this. You can just exit out. Bergen Street, Brooklyn. And let's say you know it's 1111216. What? That many? Maybe that's not the right zip code. What is the zip code for Bergen Street, Brooklyn? Thought it was one. It has multiple zip codes, but let's say we pick something. Bergen is pretty big. Look at it. It's right near the Barclays Center. And wow, it's a big street. And so we pick it here. This is way out. Let's say you pick it over here near 4th Avenue. Yeah, Bergen Street was very important one day. There's Flatbush, so let's say right around here. What is the zip code? 11217. So if we go back here and we put 11217, maybe this Brooklyn is confusing it. Should be a lot more contributions. Yeah, so we have to find out what that is searching. So here they are, 11 Bergen Street, apartment. Yeah, this makes more sense. There's a lot of... Yeah, because I think we don't have the word Brooklyn indexed. But see, it goes way back. We can do it by amount ascending or amount. Oh, look at there's negative values. I don't know how. And look at this. George Alvarez got $12,000 from, expenditures. So these are spent. So you get the spent and the, so if we put the word contribution. We're going to keep this short because it's hard to create these giant videos with uploading and everything. So here is $2,500 contribution from this person on Bergen Street, just Sahadi. Oh, so Sahadi obviously is a business, so we can just look for Sahadi, right? Cynthia Sahadi, it looks like they own, I mean, that might be misspelled. Shahadi? That seems like this person only contributed $2,500 and never contributed again. Wow, that's interesting. How is that possible? Let's just see if any at that address. Yeah, looks like a lot of people from that address are contributing, well, not relatively speaking, right? Contributing much smaller amounts. Yeah, the highlighting is a little strange. I don't know why it gets bigger like that. But this is just a tool to look at the New York State, which includes New York City, election data. We can look at things like Emily Gallagher. Yeah, there she is. I don't know how to spell these people's names, but copy, and then you can do that. And amount descending. Let's just see. These are expenditures, fund receipts, State Street. This must be refunds, contributions. So there was a $15,000 contribution. It's hard to tell. It was in 2020, but it doesn't really say where it came from. That is so strange. So if we search on it, Emily Gallagher for state, right? And we go here back to their good old tool, contributor name is required, and then the committee, and we put in this. We search on it, and we do it by amount. Oh, there it is, right at the top. What detail do we have on this? Unitemized, authorized single candidate committee. Look at this. Claimed for match. I don't even know what this means. What does this mean? So, just $15,000 are unitemized, and you can just, there it is. That's the type of detail we get. Monetary contribution received. How in the world could $15,000 just appear out of nowhere? Anyway, peace out. This is the questions I have and we have. And good luck.